I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 20 years.
It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river, and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
In the course of the game, we focus on the offense and the defense. We give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
There are so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Giants had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike, and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A first down carry for Barkley. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. We're scoreless after 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. 11 yards there, just like last play. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 25. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants 17. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, Herbert. And able to find Kirk complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. McCaffrey will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Second down and goal. Herbert. Touchdown, Seahawks. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 70 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He'll find Everett there, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Slot man moves right. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
43.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
In motion left goes a tight end. Another try for Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Darian Beavers. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. McCaffrey running up the middle. And some room to work.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
From the 30 on second down, Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
from the gun. Herbert on third down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They snap it to Herbert. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. His throw incomplete. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Barkley, inside handoff. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
143 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A handoff to Barkley. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those will be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 2nd and 7, Herbert. On Herbert, his third interception. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A first down carry for Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. They'll go to Barkley again. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, 203 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Barkley, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
2 things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will get the lead up to 7. And this one is right through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they'll say, hey, we did what we needed to do and kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Herbert.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's going to be caught by Kirk.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Throwing, Herbert.
And he's got his big tight end here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now Herbert. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well, cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 9. A big pickup there. Without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A handoff, Barkley running left, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to